This segment is going to be a quick tutorial of Google Calendar. If you are on your Google Chrome landing page, you may access Google Calendar by going to the 9 boxes in the right-hand corner and selecting Google Calendar. If you are not on the Google Chrome landing page, you may always go up to your left-hand side, click the Apps button, and then select Google Calendar. Either way, it will bring you to the same Google Calendar. Up on the top, you see a search bar that you can type people's names in or an event title in order to quickly find an event that you are searching for. You also see on your right-hand side the 9 boxes again for you to select any different application you may like to go to. On the left-hand side, you see Calendar. You also see arrows here in the middle. This allows you to go from time period to time period with whichever one you have selected. So what I'm viewing right now is a full week. If I click the right button, it goes to the next week and the next week. If I click the left button, it goes back a week at a time. You may, on the right here, select if you want to see just the particular day, a week, the month, 4 days at a time, or an agenda view. In this agenda view, you may click the plus button to expand and the minus button to collapse. You may also expand all or collapse all with your options up at the left. If I wanted to go back to my week, I would click up here. More options allows you to print or refresh your calendar. I'm going to show you the print dialog box. Sometimes it shows up quite large. All you need to do is make it smaller by scrolling over the corner you want to move. When it shows you the line, you just move it wherever you'd like. It shows you a calendar print preview up here. Notice how it's a week at a time because that's the time period I have selected. Down here at the bottom, it shows you the print range, allowing you to insert your dates by selecting them here, your start date and your end date. It allows you to also see just a quick selection of this week, or 2 weeks, or 4 weeks at a time. And it's going to be the next 2 weeks or the next 4 weeks. I only want to see this week. Allows you to change your font size, smaller or larger. It also allows you to select your orientation as portrait or landscape. You will also see options down below to print, save as, or cancel. If you'd like to print it, your print dialog box will show up, and you may select your printer here by selecting change. I don't have any printer selected on this particular computer, so I will not be able to show you that, but you should be able to select your printer here on the left. You'll also see your screen on the right, or your print preview on your right. You may also save as. So if you want to save it to a particular location on your computer to access later, it's going to save it as a PDF document or an Adobe Acrobat document, allowing you to change the file name and select where you would like to download it to on your computer over here. You will then click Save, and you'll be able to access your PDF version of your calendar at the location you saved it. You can also do this for the month view. I'm just going to show you this one because it is very helpful for you to be able to see all of it at once. Sometimes you may want to print this out for a particular month for your principal or your AP so they can see what events are happening in RTI. They also have access to the RTI Google calendars that you are able to see, and so they can see all the events that are happening for RTI purposes. I just wanted to show you the print preview on this one. It shows you the entire month, and all of the events are in their particular colored boxes. Over here on the left, you see options to create. If you click the down arrow, it does a quick add where you can just start typing in the title of the event. If you want to just go to the create screen automatically, you'll click the create button. On this one, you will see an area to enter your title. If you click in the boxes down below that, you see a start date and a start time. It automatically defaults to showing you just 30-minute increments. You can also click up here and change it at any time. Your end time, you may also select, and your end date. If you wanted it to be longer than a day event, you may select that at that time. If you want it to be an all-day event, you simply click that button. And if you'd like to repeat the event, you have your choices that appear here for it to repeat daily, every weekday, Monday to Friday, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, every Tuesday and Thursday, weekly, monthly, or yearly. Then you would select how often you want it to repeat. So for weekly, if I want it to repeat every 1, 2, 3, and so forth weeks, will allow me to select that here. If you want to do if you have weekly selected, it'll allow you to select what dates within each week you would like to repeat. So if you would like to do a Monday, Tuesday event, and it's going to repeat every 1 week. Okay, so every week this event is happening on Monday and Tuesday, and you are able to select your start date as well as an end date. So if you never want it to end, never want it to stop repeating, you can select that. If you want it to repeat after a certain amount of times that it has happened, that event has occurred, you may select that. And if you want it to end on a specific date, you then check that box and you can click and select your date. Shows you a summary at the bottom, and when you're done, you click done. At this time, you can enter a location. It will automatically populate based on what you type in, based on locations that Google may know. Remember that Google doesn't know all of the locations, so you may have to select a specific one. You can also select what calendar you would like to have it on. So your personal calendar will be your name, and any other calendar that may have been shared with you or that you have created will also be able to be selected in that drop-down menu. You may add a description at any time, as well as any attachment you may like to have with that particular event. Maybe a PowerPoint, maybe an agenda, maybe a video that goes along with that event. You can attach that at this time by clicking on this link. Event color is important. It's going to default to the color that is specific to your calendar, but if you'd like to change it, you may. It just allows you to organize different events within a calendar for you. You can also select any notifications pop up, as well as any email notifications, and then how often you want it, how many days before or how many weeks before, and then you want it at before what time, and you can select that as well. You can select how you want it to show you as available or busy, and then your visibility on the calendar default, public or private event selections there. Also on the right hand side, you can add any guest by starting to type their email address. So if I wanted to add Miss McNeely, all I would do is add her. where you can add your APs or whomever you would like in that particular meeting or event. And as you can see down here, it shows up that these are the 2 guests appearing or required to be at this event. It will allow you to select what options you'd like to give your guests, either to modify it, invite others, or see guest list. And when you are done making any changes to the selections you have here, you click Save up at the top, the red Save button. Would you like to send invitations to your guests? You may send them or not. This will just specifically send an email to them that says they've been invited to an event. So since I don't really want to invite Miss McNeely to this event, I'm going to say don't send. But if you do want to send an email to them to notify them, you can. Notice how it added it directly to my account, to my Google Calendar. It shows weekly that it has appeared on Mondays and Tuesdays as I had said. If at any time you want to see any details for an event, all you do is scroll over it and click, and it will bring up a separate box that shows you the date, where it's at, who created it, or who the guests are. And then at this screen, if you were invited as a guest, you can say that you are attending it or you are not. If you've also been given the ability to change or edit your event, so if you are the person that created the event, you will have this option, as well as if you have given the guests the availability to modify the event, they also will have this link. And that link just brings you back directly to the page where you were setting up the settings for that event. Remember to click Save. And those changes will be made to your Google Calendar. Over here on the left side, you see just a very easy navigation piece. If you would like to select a specific date to go to, you'll just click on it, and it will bring you to whatever selection you have up here. It's going to show that particular week that you selected the date within. If you just wanted to see that day, remember you need to change your view up here on the right to whatever box you'd like to see. Your calendars will list right here. A lot of people will log in and they'll see a lot of different colors appear on their screen. Mine probably will not show as many things that are happening because the school year has not started, but a lot of you may be overwhelmed or confused when you log in. If you see a lot of different colors appearing, let me just go to a week in September. See if I can find something. Okay. If you notice, you have your calendar as well as any other calendar you have been shared with, or that has been shared with you, or that you have created as a selection. Notice how the colors appear over here. If there were an event for, let's just say, this RTI Math Computer Rotation Calendar, it would appear as a red event over here on your calendar, and so forth. At any time, you can change your calendar settings just by clicking the down arrow over here, and you will select your calendar or who to send it to or edit notifications and so forth. If you want to see only particular calendars, you will then just click the colored box in order to take away certain calendars. So if I uncheck this box here, they're going to go away. Notice how the RTI training right here went away because I deselected that calendar. I am seeing now only the RTI calendar which has been shared with me. Any other calendars will appear below. That is a very simple walkthrough of the basics of Google Calendar.